Well, good morning and welcome to a somewhat chaotic man cave. Starter motor woes. I've got the starter motor off. I've found out what the problem is and now got to rebuild it. It's like when I was a kid. I used to take things apart but never put them back together again properly. Anyway, never mind. Daisy's got to be sorted out because the Dragon Rally is coming up on us, and I really need it to take us there, whatever the weather. Anyway, enough of that. Little introduction to what I promise is the last. It is the last of the videos from the Spanish trip last year. I thought it would all be done and dusted by now, but this one basically is. It's just a finish. Dot the I's and cross the T's, or as I would normally put it, dot the T's and cross the I's, but that's just me. I get things wrong all the time. Anyway, yeah, up to the Picos. We don't see much of the Picos in actual fact. Up to Dan's barn, my friend Dan, and then a little moment of reflection, shall we say. Well, it's a few minutes of reflection in very, very strong winds, but and then to the ferry. So anyway, all right, see what you think. The usual thumbs up, what have you. It's the what have you that worries me. Drop us a line, comment, all the rest of it, and I'll see you in a UK video soon. Cheers. Well, things are getting... Welcome back, by the way, yes. Things are getting interesting again. It's been quite a long day, really. Well, a long afternoon, I should say. On very boring roads, very flat, very featureless countryside, really. But we're coming up now to the southern edge of the Picos de Europa. We're just going around the side of the town of Aguila de Campo. Aguila de Campo is very nice, but time is getting on, and I really do have to get over to Reynosa and then up to Bussidonio. And we're back out in the countryside just for a few miles until we get to Reynosa, and then I'll switch back on again. Just keep in the picture, that's all. Well, it's getting a little bit late in the day, but I'm back, and just to show how dry it's been, these fields down on the left here, this is all the bed of the reservoir. The Embalse de Ebro, and it's just green grass. It's not supposed. You can see where the water is now, but it's supposed to be right up here. It's extra grazing for the cattle, admittedly, but it just has been really, really dry. And that's the beginning of what there is of the embalse at the minute. So we're sort of approaching Bussidonio, the little village in the hills, in the mountains, really. We're still 12 miles away, so I'm not thinking of just recording for the sake of it. I'm just showing, I'm just putting odd clips out, you know, just it's just that there's a big lump missing in between today because it was just so blank and boring. But we're back in the very cloudy foothills of the Picos de Europa at the minute, but it's really, really good to be back. Well, it's looking a bit better now, the embalse is. There's more of it. I know it's not mountain roads, but this bit's lovely and windy as well. Really is a nice stretch of road. These corners are absolutely joyous to ride, and it's good tarmac as well.
Can't beat a bit of bend swinging. Right, then left. And now it opens out a bit. We turn off in just a matter of yards now, so I'll switch off I'll switch the camera off and I'll switch it on again in a few miles time. See you in a bit. Look at this. This is beautiful, isn't it? Hey, absolutely beautiful. This is Bustasur, last village before Bustadonio itself. Now there's usually one or two dogs out here waiting to attack unwary motorcyclists, but there's no sign of them at the minute. Oh well. They're probably waiting for me around the corner or something. Hey, it is real fun, this is. It is real fun. It's a bit bumpy, I know, but hey, it's alright. There's not many people live up here, so it doesn't get the attention from the council that it might demand. The chances are there aren't any councillors live up here, so it doesn't get any attention at all. Come on, Blizzard, not far now. The beauty of this place is that it's just a cock stride from Santander and the ferry. So I'll probably spend tomorrow helping Dan with the one or two little jobs on the barn that he's doing. Because he's had a bit of a disappointment with the builders apparently. I don't think I'd like to have people to be trusting builders I don't know on something that was important to me whilst I was across in the UK. But it's needs must, of course. Why, 10 degrees we're down to now. It says October in northern Spain. I have to keep reminding me that, you know. Remind myself that. It's just that I feel so at home here somehow. Been up here quite a few times now. Yes, it's 15 miles from town, but it is a very, very pretty 15 miles from Reynosa. It's a pleasure to ride these roads, it really is. Here we are, Bustadonio. Welcome to Bustadonio. Not a lot here. In fact, there's nothing here really. And there's Dan's van.
Look at you with all the gear. Hola.
Well, that's it. We're away from Busted. Church is closed down apparently. Delightful little village, and we're on our way from Bussidonio for the last time this year at least to make our way into Santander for the ferry. But it's a lovely run down from Bussidonio as it was coming up, and it's not mountainous across here. I mean the Picos de Europa are not too far away, and I'm hoping that we do get a glimpse of them in a short while, because I've got something planned with regards to this last video. So we'll just pass through these next two villages and then I'll switch off and I'll see you along the road a little bit. Another village with a delightful little church, Malataja. I'm practicing my pronunciation again. My pronunciation again, yes. Malataja. As far as I'm aware, that's about right. Now then. Sort yourselves out. Good, and that's it. Okay. Nobody got hurt. And this is Busta Sur. There's a lot of villages in this sort of vicinity that begin with Busta, so that has obviously got to refer to something. Either way, as I say, this is Busta Sur, and the dogs aren't here again, lulling me into a false sense of security. They're hiding from me somewhere, ready to pounce. But there's no sign, so yes, Busta Sur we're just about to pass through, and another one of these iconic little churches. Well, there's no bells in the bell tower, so I would imagine this has been out of action for a while, but it's a lovely. Oh, there is one bell. Lovely, absolutely lovely. Right, with that I'll give it some peace. I'll switch off and I'll see you a little way along the road. Cheers. Now we just switched on again. I mean, we're just on the way into Reynosa, and on this little branch of the Embalse de Ebro, I can't believe I've never noticed it before. There's a little viaduct, a lovely little viaduct over the water. So I've just come down here just to have a look at it, and my goodness, there's some big birds up there. The vultures do come down here. I don't think I think they're bearded vultures, some of them, but whew, they're circling over something up there. The griffon vultures are up in the higher Picos de Europa. Yeah, this is the downside of these bridges and viaducts, is that when you're driving over or riding over them, you can't tell what they are. Grebes down on the water down there. Definitely grebes. Crested grebes by the look of it. Can't see what the rest of them are. But that's it. Oh yeah, that's a big bird, is that up there? Look at them. There's loads of them. Right, let's turn around. It's only just a quick little detour to take in the viaduct, and we'll have a look at it from this direction as well. It might be a bit better looking. Yeah, that's nice, isn't it? That's not unattractive. In fact, you know, I think I might get a photograph from the other side. I think I've got the spot. Right, photo time. I'll see you later. Welcome back. Now we've been here before, 3 years ago. What we got on the left here is, yeah, it is 3 years ago. It's a ski resort of Alto di Campo. Well, there's a fantastic mirador up here, fantastic viewpoint, and I've got my reason for coming up here again. It's a lovely ride up here, admittedly, albeit a little bit cold today, I have to say. Sun might be shining, but we're down to 11 degrees. Not sure what the altitude is as yet, but either way, we're on the way up. Just down below us is the chairlifts. They'll be feverishly getting things ready for the ski season. I mean, when you think about it, 2 months from now, it'll be Christmas Eve. Flip your neck. And I would imagine there'll be snow on the ground, because it is quite high up on the tops. So there'll be snow on the ground, and they'll be on Christmas ski holidays. It's never been my cup of tea. I know I'm a mountain man, but I've never let myself get involved in the skiing side of things. I think it was going to cost me a lot of money if I ever got involved in it. So yeah, just being a bit careful with so not to spend too much money, I suppose, really. It's getting a bit breezy up here as well, but I've got to come up here. Like I say, been up here before, yes, 3 years ago, but the viewpoint, well, I thought it was astonishing, to be honest, when I got here. But I'm just hoping that the cloud level isn't too low to blot out the view that I'm thinking of. Views are getting pretty good all around. Yes, that's a lovely view. Delightful view. So here we are. This is the main parking area, and my reason for coming up here. I just switched the hinging off. Now it's a bit windy, admittedly, but I've got my visor down. Jesus, it's blowing me over. Just going to reposition. Right, I've turned into the wind, so at least it's not blowing at me sideways. Blowing though. Right, I've come up here to reflect on the trip this time. It's my longest trip, nearly 3 weeks, and I think I've tried to squeeze too much into it, basically. I mean, we got off the ferry. If it hadn't been for Hurricane Kirk, I might have had the problems I've had, to be honest. But yeah, within a short time of getting off the ferry, we got to the first hotel just on the edge of the Picos de Europa, the Boca di Huerjano, and I was stuck there. I was locked down for 2 days by choice, because I just couldn't face getting drenched again. getting soaked through. So I stayed there for 2. It was a nice enough place, but when I eventually got the weather, then it was across the way, over the border into Portugal, and first objective was to ride the Douro Valley, which I did in its main. Then down to the Serra da Estrela, intrinsically to ride to the highest point in Portugal, because the town of Guarda, where I stayed, Guarda is the highest valley, well, it's highest town in Portugal. But this time it was just general mountain weather that kept me down. I hung on there because the forecast was for a good day on the Sunday. Wasn't to be. So it was turn round, head for the sun, across through some delightful towns and villages, into Spain, like I say, down across through Spain. First tent night was just below the Sierra de Gredos, and then from there down to through various different sierras, if you like, and down to Sierra San Maria, which was the last place to stop before heading down to the coast in Almeria. Down to the coast, my main objective really was Almeria, and the places that I'd not covered last year. It's an area that's got under my skin as Almeria, and not so much Almeria itself, but the mountains just inland from the coast. So yeah, 4 days. Well, I had two nights on a very, very interesting little basic campsite in Vira, just outside Mojaca. Then into Mojaca, met up with Gary from Economical Rise. That was nice. That was great. That was, because I learnt a lot from Gary about the area, certainly around the Falabres. Oh yes, and there was the I found some amazing tracks in the Cabrera Mountains, where I actually not rescued, but I led a young couple on a quad bike back down to the valley, back to civilization. That was absolutely great. It was really nice to ride those gravel tracks. I did a bit more exploring around there, like I say, with Gary, and then it was time to move north, up to Madrid, a place I wanted to visit for quite some time. I'd read about it. I'd seen Michael Portillo's programme, in actual fact, about the Valley of the Lost, all to do with General Franco, and that was really, really interesting. I hope you found it interesting as well in the video that you'll have seen. Anyway, from there it was a bit of a boring run, and then up from past Segovia up towards the Picos, and up to Dan's place to Bustedonio, and a nice couple of days with Dan, and well, a couple of nights, evenings with Dan and his neighbours, who've taken him under the wing effectively. And now we're on the way back up to Santander for the ferry. But I just thought I'd come up here because it's a lovely view, and we're looking straight across at the sort of western side, the western end of the Picos de Europa across there, although the cloud is there, and it is flipping windy. But anyway, yeah, so I've probably lost 4 days due to the weather on this trip. On reflection, might be a bit late in the year, but I've been here in October before and it's been okay. I had got this pipe dream about getting across to Morocco, straight down from Portugal down to the Med, cross to Morocco, 3 or 4 days in Morocco, get the taste of the place, then come back and across the coast, across to Almeria. That's oversimplifying things a little bit, and yeah, things are a bit more complicated than that, so it didn't happen. Either way, that's it. That's the end of the trip effectively, or it will be when I get to the ferry, and time to go home, sadly, but yeah, have to do it anyway. So thanks for watching this one, and I'm going to turn around, I'm going to switch off because I'm going to have to concentrate to get through the wind to get back down. Okay, thanks a lot. Give us a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. and please comment and let me know what you think. I always reply to my comments, as you're aware. So yes, we'll see what comes next, shall we? Thanks anyway, cheers, bye for now.
We're on board the ferry now, the Ponthaven. So I'm just going to inspect the lifeboats, make sure everything's okay. No icebergs around here, I don't think, but you know, Bay of Biscay and all that. Lovely day for departure anyway. So that's it. End of a good trip. Come on next year. Okay. See you soon.